Okay, so here is a video showing my Necro build. Uh, I recorded it earlier. My voice is really bad on it, so I've never really made videos or edited videos, so I'll try my best to do some stuff here, but let me explain part of it. I use Corpse Explosion with a blighted ground thing. I use Corpse Tendrils. That's a must-have. I use minions. I use the Iron Golem for the more vulnerable and stun. I use the Decrepify for the cooldown rate because the actual really high damage on this is from Corpse Tendrils, and it's an insane amount of damage. You'll see in this video. I'll actually slow down part of it later so you can see a really crazy thing. And the Butcher jumps out on me in this video, and I dust the Butcher. This is actually Nightmare Dungeon tier 11, and I am level 65. And the way it works is if you add 53 to the tier number of the dungeon, that is the actual level of the dungeon. So this dungeon is exactly my level. Let's see. I think I show off some of my gear here, so let's look at that. I don't exactly show my skill tree, I don't think, but we'll find out. Let me see what I show you here. This is you need this aspect. I actually want to switch this to my amulet and switch to one of my amulet to my two-hander. You should be going vulnerable. Let me pause this real fast. You should be going vulnerable damage and crit damage because you always have vulnerable. And there is an aspect that I hope I hover over here that gives you the crit on Corpse Tendril, the crit chance, and extra 60% crit damage. It is insane. And that's what ties it all together. Let's see. Shadow Blight, there's that, yeah. Go to the ring. Go to the ring, show them the ring. And that's not even the best roll on that. That would be awesome if it was. Decrepify, important. Golem stuns and has a vulnerable. Corpse Tendrils does amazing damage. There's the ring. Alright, let me pause this. Pow. 20% crit chance. 60% crit bonus. Like, this is what ties it all together. This makes it ridiculous. Crowds of enemies just pop. And I'll show you later how that works. Now I have the 2 extra skeleton mages, 2 extra skeleton warriors. I used to carry that. I don't use that no more. It was good, but that 32% isn't as great as you think it is. And since you use tendrils, it pulls everything into your pools anyways. You need to be stacking intelligence, so that's why I got this new one for intelligence. I've actually since then enchanted that and took off that bone sphere damage, and I think I got crit damage on it, so it's, or whatever, so it's like even better. Plus 4 ranks of blight, by the way. That's nice. Yeah, that attack power. Like the more you stack stuff, the more attack power you get. I might let this walk through so you can see something. Just showing you all my stuff. Oh yeah, this one. By the way, this. Let's see. Let's go back. The one on the chest piece is awesome. If it'll go. Yeah, right there. Blight pulls in enemies, and so you can throw down that, you can hit them with blight, and then the first corpse you see, you can hit that corpse tendril, and they're already in the big mess, and you pull them in again. Now notice I'm stacking intelligence on everything. Like, that's your skill damage. It just really helps. Intelligence, crit damage, vulnerable damage. Crit and vulnerable are your multipliers. It's really good. This ring is kind of dope. Like, I don't notice it a whole lot, but like I do see my minions hit for some pretty juicy crits every now and then, like pretty juicy. I've seen my golem hit for 25k before. Yeah, and I'm going thorns because when I get to tier 4, I plan on getting the thorns chest piece. That's the only other. There's actually two uniques that I would actually use. One would totally change my build a little bit, but I'm going to use the thorns unique on tier 4 because it'll just make my minions do more damage and make them even better. And I might use Doombringer because Doombringer actually has crit damage and I don't know, not intelligence, but crit damage. But it does a shadow damage explosion on lucky hits, and that would just add to your passive and would be great. But then I'd have to put a focus over here and hope that I could get the same crit damage and vulnerable damage from it. But I don't know. Two-handed swords automatically get crit damage, and then if you can get crit damage on them, that's double that crit damage, and vulnerable damage on that makes it just, it keeps it going. Like that's just so much. It's stacking the multipliers, not just the additive damage, like damage versus crowd control or damage versus stun. That's just additive damage. Vulnerable and crit are multiplicative damage, so that's where you get your big numbers. Decrepify, you throw this down in every fight a lot because it reduces all the cooldown of your golem and it reduces the cooldown of corpse tendril, and it is insane. If you can get them in a pile and you try and stand far away, you can get them in a pile. It's all damage. I might just let this video run so you guys can see like the whole little thing here, because this is actually a decent one. And the butcher's here. I almost ran from him, but then I was like, nah, I'm just gonna kill him. Now you're already seeing 11k, 12k, like my minions do extra damage because of the crit chance and crit damage. Like they get 30% of your bonuses. See the pile up there just dying? Later on, I'm gonna slow-mo it. You can see like this amazing amount where I hit like 90 and 83 and a bunch more thousands of damage. Like I clear this wall later on. Unless you're watching the slow-mo, you can't see it. 1627.
I'm not ready yet.
Stand back and unload. Make sure you. Oh, I was grabbing. I like to grab all the sacred cells, break down.
I need more time.
I wasn't using my course in real metal right here, but. About 4 minutes till the butcher comes out and gets his ass kicked. 12k right there. If you're not using that corpse tendril is super powerful. Super powerful. Everything's always vulnerable. Always vulnerable. 44k right there. Pause that and go back and see that a little bit of slow-mo, just so we can see what kind of numbers pop up. That slow? Let's go that slow. Skeletons. Now I'm wearing my wolf thing in my back, by the way, because yeah, that's my shit. 12k from a minion hit, by the way. 12k from a minion hit without vulnerable. $12k, $13k. 44k, 46k. Make sure to raise your minions, give them that buff. And to get your essence back constantly. Shoot that blight out. I don't want to undo this because I want to see the next part. Because there's a big room. The bigger the crowd, the more damage you do. And it gets nuts. Now watch these fools get murdered. There's damage going everywhere on the screen, so it's hard to keep track of it. Bam, 10k, 11k. 12k, 24k, 20k at the bottom, 22, 22, 18, 23, like, damage. This is only level 65. I have a 96k in here somewhere. Potion for that. 15, 13, 48k. Look, and they're like gonna pile up down here like idiots and get smoked. We'll go back to a little bit higher. I really just want y'all to see the crazy amount of damage. I hate to be on slow-mo. I hate to make the video too long, but I want you. Oh, I really hate grabbing those. I think that takes away from the play. As long as you're popping those corpses too, you can keep your minions alive forever. And you get that bonus. Always go through defense 7,000, 3,000. Those are my minions over there hitting for 5k, 4k crit. My minion crit. Like, minions are awesome. It's like little numbers, but your minions like will whittle down bosses and everything. And also, I stagger bosses like twice every fight. And so it gets ridiculous. But you gotta stay kind of far away because you are squishy. What is this? 6 minutes in? Well, maybe. We'll see. Always throw down the Decrepify first because it reduces cooldowns for everything you hit by 1 second. So you could actually use an ult. Like I know Pawnee Hop. He's the guy I said I would make this video for. I know he likes to use the ult, the Shadow ult. I'd used it for a while on this. I had to give up my golem for it, and I don't like giving up my golem. But it does work with this, and you have that ult like every 5 seconds. There's a 12k hit from my minion. My minion. Where is this, there's the Butcher, right there. Butcher comes in, look at his health. Now watch his health go skyrocketing down. 19k, 25k, 21k, 40, 40, 37, 32, 36. He's already at half health. This is in slow-mo, by the way. He thought he was doing something, but he was 47k. But he wasn't. Nobody should ever fight you in a pile of corpses. 20k. At one point I was gonna run, but then I was like, nah, and then he pops a shield. He pops a shield. And I burn his shield down and kill him. There he is, running still. Everything's vulnerable again. He's vulnerable. Now watch the minions just start chopping his fucking shield down like it's nothing. Now I don't have a shield, dude. I'll just hot my way through. And then I just run from him while my minions lay waste to him. Yep, he's gone. That's the butcher. That's what everyone's scared of right there. Like, I use 3 potions for that. Like, he is nothing. Now, you keep going. Where is this at? Is that 7? About 1 minute. I would speed it up, but I wouldn't be able to unspeed it up. So. There is some points in the next part. They're coming up in the next part. I'm going to show y'all a bit of group damage that's going to show some ridiculous numbers. And I actually would like to slow it down to